Well, there's this morning sunrise. It's sprinkled sometime during the night. And it's supposed to rain here in a little bit. A little fog up there on the hill. The flat there in the neighbor's field, you can see right off the eaves of the mom's house. That's fog laying across the flat. But, yeah. Haven't made it out here to look at the cows yet. I just got here. I'm late moving, she's early getting here. There's walls up over there now. Don't know what they got in there now. Obviously, sounds like a dump truck. Because it sounded like a tailgate slamming. But who knows? Becky keeps telling me I need to go up there and make sure they ain't tore the fences down or something. I was like, yeah, they're not that close to the fence. But on the other hand, you never know. I mean, hell, that direction from them used to be all timber, and that got logged, and the outfit that logged it tore the living shit out of a brand new fence. Because we literally just put a new fence in like 2 months before they logged it. And by the time they were done, there wasn't anything left there. And the landowner on that side, it's the grandson of the guy that had it. And the guy that had it, he wasn't any better. Well, actually, he would have popped up and reached in his pocket and pulled out a handful of cash to pay for the repairs. He might have called you a few choice names first, but you know, he's gone. Everybody else is gone. Some grandson has that, last I heard. Caught him up there one day and mentioned the damage to the fence. And if I was dad, of course, you know, I didn't have the control I do now at the time. I would have just gone back to the house, made a phone call. Yeah, we had plenty of proof of what they've done. Anyway, 5 feet the other side of the fences were, you know, trying to put new fence up to keep the cows in. And the guy tells Dad he can just F off and go turn around and kiss himself in the butt. And I'm not real sure why Dad didn't pursue that. In the process, you know, they had it surveyed. Well, the survey, the fence kind of squirreled around trees. And we knew there were 3 or 4 trees that were on our side of the line. They were on our side of the fence even. There was 5 or 6 trees that, where do you run the fence? Do you run it behind it or in front of it? And you couldn't get between some of them to run it where you needed to, so the fence didn't get run where the actual line was. But being so freaking crooked, and then of course, once again, they had it surveyed. Their survey marks gave us at least 8 trees, smallest of which was 8 inches on the butt, which makes a saw log, biggest of which was about 24 inches on the butt, which makes quite a few saw logs. State of Oregon, you cut over the line, it's triple stumpage. So whatever they were getting for those trees, even though, you know, they'd pay taxes and all that stuff, well, they'd owe us 3 times the amount of what the tree was worth. And debt. Just, it's like, why not? I mean, that family's known for being the way they are. Step on their toes and wake them up. And that's enough jabbing out of me. You see, she's doing good. He's doing good. Ty was a little worried about her having enough milk. Front quarters were full yesterday and the hind quarters weren't. And that was when she should have been full. But he appears to be filled out. And she'll fill back up. I have an audience. Yeah, hi 241. We have your new tags ready to go too. We just gotta get a chance to run you. And oh, I don't know who that'd be hiding behind you. She had her face in that hole. Yeah. What do you think? Because you're two of the most curious. Yeah, Sapphire even touched my hand a little bit ago. And 122, she was reaching as far as she could, but just not sure about being on camera. A little shy. So, yes, the heater's out here because I know it's going to be damp in there and you got to get it dried off. And I didn't find the chisel I wanted, but old wood chisel. You don't want to know what all it's been used for. It probably used to have a wood handle and another deal there, but because it was holding tight there so it wouldn't turn, so I couldn't get it off. So I just chipped all that off. Now I'll take a pair of slip joints and see if I can get that out, redo it, put it back together, and tomorrow we'll hook her back up. Well, I helped Ty get going, and this is actually opened up over here except that gate, because I don't want to kick them out till I have to. Got the rubber back in there. It's clean and dry thanks to that. Now mix up some epoxy, and I got the fitting cleaned up too. Good as it's going to be. Chipped off in here. Focus. Yeah, gee, I was told in yesterday's video if I quit moving around it'll focus. Yeah, guess what? There. Now if I quit breathing and my heartbeat had quit, it wouldn't wiggle, right? That ain't gonna happen. At least I hope it don't. If it does, you'd have some video, but there'd be nobody to put it up. So I have had this little scrap piece of vinyl for years. Can you tell? Every now and then I'll take a wire brush and clean it up. And that's just an old piece of brake line that I cleaned up good and crimped the end of. Works great. Mixing. Love it. But I got it on both hands, so you know what that means. You don't get to watch. There it is. I smeared epoxy into the threads in the plastic, smeared epoxy into the threads on the fitting, screw it in until it's tight, and then go around the outside. The only reason I had to redo this one was because one passing through here nailed it. But that's why we have these, so there's not as much of a chance. Unfortunately, when we run animals that come out of the chute and come through that pen and right through here and into there, so anyway, that's as done as I can be for a while, other than I might have to babysit it because it likes to droop underneath. But this one time's actually holding pretty good. If I do it in the shop, I have that laying so it'll stay there, and usually wrap some tape around it to keep it from migrating. Well, Ty's grabbing her another mouthful. I think that's 2 to get that far. I usually get to the end in there with 2, but that's okay. She's got close enough. She's getting it in. I got the catwalk up higher than normal. Make sure she's got enough room. Look at that, plenty of room. And she's got a little mouthful, so that's probably just gonna get there. Everything's opened up so she can get over there, and then she'll have the real experience of being in deep shit. The biggest thing in doing any of this, where you're on top of it like that, is be very careful on the controls. If you try to move too fast, you'll spin out, and that's where you're going to set. And only thing I got to get in to try to pull that out is the 135. And if that thing's stuck, well, it weighs more than the 135. And no matter what, it's all uphill in here. So, yeah, I got almost all my stuff put away. I'll let the dog out. She just had to follow me. Old pair of slip joints, they stay down here because a lot of times you end up using them. on these. You only tighten them so tight by hand and have them not leak. Dang, she makes a mess. Look at it cleaned up. One way or the other. Might have to. Ooh, that's too near. It's about time to bust up some more bales. Nice and comfy over there. I can get up here and see how she's doing. There's really kind of two ways to do it. Dump it and then try to spread it like she is now. Or like she was shaking it, but I usually have it tipped down a lot farther than she did. If you have it tipped down farther, you can open the grapple just a little bit and it'll kind of meter it out. She's getting it. When she started in the calf barn, she said, well, you don't want me to start here, do you? I said, yeah, start there. You got to get a little layer of dry on top so it'll hold you up. Otherwise, there's a few spots out there you will sink. And last time we spread, I was able to get in the lower section, which is kind of sketchy because it's probably a foot drop in the ground to begin with. And then it's got less straw, so it's even more of a drop. And you're coming over a soft edge. But I didn't have any trouble. And really, it probably doesn't need any down there this time, but she probably should put some down there this time. Otherwise, that drop gets more and more and more, and then you won't be able to do it. And yeah, said she was having trouble. Must have been right in there. She got her tore up pretty good. But we got to get this cleaned before too much longer. It just ain't going to happen today. You know, one step forward, 5 steps backwards. Silly girls. Acting like calves in here. Yeah, she didn't get it the best, but it's here. It's okay. And she was worried about getting stuck going down below. So, it's done. She blew all the dust off, and then I said, hey, why don't you give that thing a bath? It needs it. And our camera, right there. Picked up a couple cords. Plan is to get the antenna for that, either over by the head gate or next to the other camera there. Guess what? There's 2 different styles of these stupid little plugs. That one has the wire sticking out the end of it. On the female end, yeah, the wire's supposed to stick out on the other end, I think. Either way, we got the wrong one. So I'm going to figure length for sure, because the length choices for these are supposed to be 66 feet, which I know will make it, at least make it to there, might make it to there. The other doesn't give you that choice. You got 30s and 50s and 10s and 6s. I know 50 ain't going to make it. 2 30s, I don't think will, but they might. Because see, they're male on one end, female on the other end, so you can hook them together. So I got to figure how many feet it is for sure. So Ty, what did you call me out here for?
That tree that we've been watching. Well, technically we've been watching it for years.
Tree that we've been watching. I don't know. Some of you might remember a tree at the neighbors that was about right there.
Thankfully, yeah. It looks like it didn't.
It looks like it missed the fence. We don't know when it went down, but you know, it's only been.
It was there yesterday because I looked.
Yeah. It's probably not even been a week ago that I showed you all how it looked like it was leaning more and more.
But it was still standing yesterday.
Top of it is right at the gate we used to have down there.
Well, we still have it down there, right at the handles.
Yeah, it's still there, except I've curled the hooks on the handles over because I don't like when I go down there checking animals and finding that somebody's taking the freaking wires down. The only way you're going to undo that is take a pair of pliers and open the hooks up on the handles. And I don't know anybody that wants to do that while the power's to it. And I can shut the power off. They can't. Yeah, and I'm sure it wasn't there because, the other day I walked out here by that gate to show you all the killdeer. And yeah, I would have definitely noticed if that was laying down then. That's only a couple days ago.
When I let them in, I walked around because I was cleaning off skister and it was still up.
So apparently it went down today. I don't know how much of it's rot and how much of it's just the soil is saturated. On the news they keep showing, oh my God, these trees went down. I don't know why they went. The whole root wad went with them. I mean, there's some fir trees they've been showing on the news that there's a 15, 20 foot diameter root wad. It's because the ground's that wet. Can't hold them up. So anyway, and she was telling me, who do you think's going to calve next?
241, dude. If she doesn't do it the next week.
I think we just discussed that a night or two ago when I let them in.
Well, the weird thing is, some of our older girls that when we wean calves, they should have already been dried up. And you can tell by some of them, I don't know that they completely dried up, which is a little weird.
Probably the last 5 years we've had a bunch, even the ones that calved earlier. Their udders still looked like there was something there.
She's doing February. With as loose as she is,
Well, February's only 2 days away.
Well,
she's got a little jiggle wiggle in her jiggle jingle.
I have one at home too that is doing the same thing.
And that should be 618D straight ahead there. That would be
her and 617 were two peas in a pod. They were out here, God help them, you can figure out.
But I'm going to say that's 618 anyway, which is a new calf's grandmother. And she's
Ruby's standing in the barn. Oh, we're going to come out.
Oh, Ruby's going to come out next?
Ruby! Come on, that bug.
She's hiding.
She goes, fuck that, it's raining.
Oh, well. Anyway, you've seen most of the day.
Oh, another thing. Anyone that has a good tag that they would recommend, please comment it down below because Delaney is a coming 4-year-old and
that would be this closer one here.
No, she's coming 3-year-old.
Yeah,
she's coming 3-year-old, sorry. And you can't read her tag anymore.
So her tag is a year and a half old maybe.
Yeah.
And you really cannot read it. We've had, God, I don't know. I miss the old tags we had in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. You mark those suckers, and when you sell the cow when she's 10, 12, 15 years old, you can still read the tag.
Well, let's put it this way. Our old girls, like Minnie and Boomer.
Minnie that just walked out there.
She's had 5 tags in her life because you can't read them.
We've cut a few out because you can't read them. It's not like you can try to remark them.
Granted, we know the cow, but that's not the point, though. I mean,
just because you know the cow, don't know you need know her number.
Old 232.
Yeah.
And 132 grab was like, we know who they are, so.
Yeah. We knew who they were, but you didn't necessarily know which one was which. So you didn't know which one until you read the damn tattoo.
The 6 numbers were the hard ones.
So, anyway, and I don't think I've got any Blakely yet today.
Oh, we gotta do the outfit of the day.
Oh yeah, we gotta go see what Blakely's styling in today. We'll get that here in a minute. I told you we'd get her. Look at that styling outfit. Huh, sweetheart?
Cows on it. So I just woke up from a nappy.
A little bit of everything on it. Huh. Now she'll let me in the house.
Come here. Come here.
Up she goes.
Come here, Dinky.
Huh.
You said teats. You said teat 3 times.
Yeah, but when are you going to say Grandpa? When are you going to say Grandpa?
Say Grampy.
Or say Grumpy Old Man?
Say Grampy.
I say that all the time.
Say Grampy.
Okay, turkey butt. Hey, tell everybody thank you for watching. Hey, tell everybody thank you for watching. And I hope everybody had a great Tuesday. Because you did, didn't you? Yes, you did. And, growling. Growling at Omaha.
You growled for a while, man.
I'll say the last part, okay? Everybody have a great hump day. Thanks for watching.